Aloha, guys. I'm Dozen Hakias. I am the host of Healing with Aloha podcast on the island of Kauai, and I'm excited today to go live with my girlfriend, Mei. I have known Mei since, just to tell you guys a little bit about me, I've actually known her, from the 90s. And I really feel honored and privileged to have her on this live with everyone, because I met Mei when I was in my early 20s. Okay, so Mei's only 12. No, I'm just joking. But I met her when I was really young. I had just moved over from Kauai to Oahu, and then I left to go move to Maui, and I came back. But I know Mei, and then I know her sisters and her sons, and I met her husband now. But I truly, sorry, I'm trying not to get emotional, but when people think, oh, one day, like you have a superhero, and everybody thinks Wonder Woman, I believe that as women, we need to have Sheros, a person who is a woman and she's a hero. And it's not someone who's living a life that's problem free. It's someone who has lived life and has gone through struggles, and they've pulled through even when they felt they couldn't. And I've known Mei since I was 20 years old, and I'm 46 years old, and she's always been a Shero. Her and her sisters, they're humble, they're passionate, they fight to find solutions. There's problems that pop up, but they persevere and they look for solutions. I remember meeting her mom in church, and I can see why they are the women that they are today. They had a really amazing and loving mom, and she's always with them in spirit. But I never got a chance to tell Mei that I really looked up to her my whole life, and I still do. And I just wanted her to just be real. We're both from Hawaii. She's on Oahu and I'm on Kauai. And we're local moms, so we're going to speak Pidgin English. She's on the Waianae Coast, and I'm here on Kauai. But I am just so grateful to have this opportunity for you guys to meet her. And with further ado, this is Mei. Hi, Mei. Hi, Mei. I was trying not to cry. I was like, I'm going to cry. Wait, let me get something because I might cry.
My sister, another mister. You have been a huge impact in my life as well. Thank you for those words. Thank you so much for those words. I don't want to show you guys the back of I got my stove back. Just sitting on my.
It's okay. Your house is clean. You're good.
But thank you so
much. Now that I shared my side, can you share a little bit about yourself?
About myself? Okay, so where do I start? Yeah,
we'll start with today.
That's many moons ago, when I was still married to my first husband, and Des was just this really bubbly, young, because I'm what? About 5-6 years older than Des. Huh? So I'm about 5 years older or 6 years older than you. But you was always this really bubbly, typical cheerleader, and
almost dated your brother-in-law.
Yeah. Thank God you never, girl. Thank God. OMG. But
that's another story.
Hello, we keep it real, right? Now he's a sweetheart, but um, um, but I met her many moons ago when my two older boys were young. Like
Yeah, they were.
I met her when she's she always, whenever, if Des, and she walks in the room, Des get this infectious smile. No matter what goes on in her day, she'll walk in, that smile going illuminate the room. And
Oh,
even if you having a crappy day, that smile just gonna take it all away. It's like, oh man, that that happy girl. So I mean, so I met her when we were both fairly young, and
yeah.
married to my ex-husband. Do we name names or no?
Nah.
Okay, good.
It's about you. Okay, you might shine. You might shine.
And I have boys, and I kind of sort of, when you still attached to that word married, but then you're the only one that taking care of your own kids. I guess you can kind of call
that
that
single mother and you married. Yes, I know what you mean.
So as a single mother and two boys, and of course, things that never work out. It basically, it worked out for the better, where we went our separate ways. Just put it that.
You're happier.
Yeah, way happier. Wasn't too much. When I made the decision to bounce, it was the heavy dark cloud over me just kind of dispersed. It went away, and I was like, whoa. How come I never think about doing this long time ago?
Right? I know, girl. I know the feeling. I'm divorced.
Yeah. I was like, the truth of the matter is I filed years prior, like in the early 90s. And then, we started to go, okay, yeah, it was hard to run away because I tried to, but never work out. And then I made every effort to make it work. And you know what? He wasn't in the cards for me. And I kind of happily, picked up and moved on. And I became a lot more happier in my life. And then, of course, la-di-da, single life was fun,
For that, it was like this.
But
single life, time. And then you married again.
But
you stay in the house.
Yeah, in a room. But I ended up having my last boy, who's actually 17 now.
Oh my God. Is he graduating this year?
He's graduating this school year. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, had fun. Yeah. That one is 6 foot tall. All bias and crap, but handsome bug, half Hawaiian, half Mexican. So he get that, that little dreamy eyes. He get girlfriend. He get girlfriend. And and this is not to say this about his girlfriend, just girls in general. I told him when he was young, I go, girls are dream killers.
Their goals are different from
or even if you have a daughter and then get boyfriend, the opposite sex, they dream killers.
Distract you.
They're very distracting. But you cannot run away from the fact they in love or whatever.
We've been there, man.
I know. My first husband was my high school sweetheart, and I'll go, never work out. He go, Mom, I'm not you, and I'm like, okay, boy.
Okay, no, listen to me, but okay.
You learn the hard way because
why you learn?
Yeah, very rare that they stay together. It's very rare. It's and 9 out of 10 times it doesn't work out. So I'm like, I
wish you the
it
best.
Is what and I'm like, you go
wait,
learn.
So what he do? Sorry, I know this is about you, but I'm curious because he's been working so hard.
Okay.
With his dreams with sports. What's going on?
Okay, so maybe about a year ago or so, he, he was boxing. He was doing really good, like really, really, went tournament and this and that. And his last fight was a huge one. He was main event. And then, he was like, nah, I paw already, mom. I paw. I was like,
did?
oh. So he didn't hang up the gloves, and then he started cross country, running cross country, and then, track and stuff like that. And then COVID hit. And I was like, okay, so what now? Then he said, okay, I'm going to get one job. And he got a job. And, first job was like at Taco Bell. Then he never liked Taco Bell. Then he went and work 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And he never liked 7-Eleven. Now he working on Shave Ice.
Why he not just be an entrepreneur like you? Because you guys taught him how to do tattoos and how to do hair.
Him and his girlfriend, they have like this, and it's kind of up and down, but they're little selling eyelash business and
okay, that's cool. Hey,
that kind of stuff,
Hey, wait. Let me back it up. So my niece works marketing for a mainland company.
Okay.
Filipino.
Oh, okay.
And they do eyelashes. She's in charge of the marketing department.
Ooh. So they just
I might have to talk to you guys offline. But, But can you tell them real quick? Because so you're a mom of 3 boys. The first 2, they're hairstylists, barbers, or what?
Well, Bo went to school for cosmetology at Paul Mitchell.
Yes.
He became a stylist. He was behind the chair for a few years. Then he taught at Paul Mitchell, the core.
Oh, I didn't know that. He taught. Okay.
But then he said, Mom, I don't like teaching. I like be behind the chair. I was like, then bounce. Then he went back to the chair, which he loves. He works at a place called Style Loft by Ala Moana area.
Shout out to Bo.
Yeah. Taj is a barber. And right now, he just kind of, freelancing or whatever.
Yeah.
So Taj had gone to school just like me. We both are barbers. I mean, I'm dual licensed. I'm hairstylist as well as barber.
But you prefer barber, yeah?
Me, I prefer cutting men's hair.
Yeah.
And and then Laiko is just, senior in high school doing his thing. We trying to push him to go to college, but he's like, I don't know yet. And I'm like, oh God. Because I'm like, brother, let's keep it real. You're the only straight one in a house. You're the only straight in a house.
Wait, tell everybody. Just tell everybody. Your first 2 boys are?
Mahu. They're Mahus. They're beautiful Mahus. They're fabulous. And then my is straight as an arrow. My Laiko is straight. He loved them girls. And so I told him, I said, look, here's the deal, dude. Like, you can get married. You're going to have kids. Yeah. And, I mean, props to the brothers that jump on a bus or drive around the truck with the fluorescent long sleeve. With the...
She lives, you guys understand, she lives on the west side of Oahu in Waianae. Everybody with the big trucks.
The lifted Yodas and
when they jump out, it's a small person.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. And it's going to kind action with the fluorescent green, yellow, whatever shirts. Props to them. But I told him, I go, dude, like, you be the boss of them, or you know what I mean? You don't be one of them, because they bust their ass, they work hard. And they get umpteen kids, you know what I mean? So if get work, everything's good. No more work, bro. Unemployment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's rough. So, but he kind of find his way. He eventually moved, he said, because his girlfriend is from New Zealand and then back to Australia. So he's like, yeah, I move to Oz, mom. I'm like, okay. Props to you, bro. I mean, we all had that dreams and goals in life, and I told him, if that's what you like, you gotta do what make you happy, and that's good. Because I never got in between him and his chick or anything like that. I'm like, that's on you, just keep that bugger wrap up, be popping out kids left and right after high school,
You're like, I did that and I'm not encouraging it.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, the fact of the matter is me and my ex had our first kid when we both was 16, Mm-hmm. I'm 52. Our oldest son is 36.
Hey, shut up, you. My brother's going to be 50 and my mom is 60. 66. So my mom was 15 when, and then she turned 16 the year he was born. So my mom was a teen mom.
The
Yeah.
teen mom, you know, and don't want that for anybody, you know.
Hi
I mean,
guys. So May, I'm gonna I want to give a background about you real quick for everybody. So May works in Waianae, at a school. She works with children, with the teens, in special needs, yeah, department, and
yeah,
she, right, is it,
teen,
are you,
yeah. I mean, let's see. I'm in a classroom. It's either inclusion or a resource setting.
oh, okay, so no, so it's a mix then.
It's a mix. Yeah.
Okay, so so she does that, and then outside of working, how many years you work with the DOE, the
Oh,
Department of Education?
wait.
30,
What?
20? Gosh, you
30.
can retire already, yeah?
Retiring 3
Technically.
full pension, girl, and I'm taking it and I'm running for you.
Are you guys gonna move to California eventually, or no?
No, no.
No,
I
you
mean,
stay.
I don't think so. I'm in a
You just
process
like it.
of my apartment right now, and I want to buy a house again.
Yeah.
You know, I buy, sell, buy, sell. I need to like really settle and dig. I'm rooted in Waianae,
Yeah.
but I always buying one house and I go, I don't like this house, I sell them. Buy one house, oh, I don't like this house, and I sell them. So I'm literally in the process of selling my condo.
So if anybody's interested, how many bedrooms?
It's a small condo because what happened is
It was just you and him, huh?
it was me and like equal, but then my husband came home. So if you read the bio of what's happening, you know, in my wonderful life, my husband
Wait,
came.
okay, let's tell them what the bio says.
Okay, so it talks
Your
about
husband now
my husband now
just
was
got released.
it just got released from LA, LA County, Supermax, and the charge was pretty ugly. He literally was facing life in prison, slash the death penalty.
Wow,
But
I didn't know
because
that.
of God, because they didn't have, because it was, I don't know what it's called, had like gang enhancements and all that kind of crap. By the grace of God, they they offered him a deal, and he took it, and they released him. And so here he is. He's on probation right now.
Yeah, because how many years was it? A year or two? You was by yourself, yeah?
Or
Was 4. Wow. It didn't feel, oh my gosh. Wow. So basically
basically,
like his whole what, 8, 9, 10, yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11th grade, he was gone.
yeah, since my boy was 8th grade, like literally the beginning of 8th grade. We're talking like September of 8th grade year. So I became a single parent again, yet again. I know how to choose a mad girl.
No, and so she was working full time, and then on top of that, she's a barber. On top of that, he was into sport, well, boxing, and so she was raising money, and she was paying a mortgage by herself.
Yeah.
You know, and then in the process of the 4 years, you sold your house, right?
Sold my house. I
Moved
sold
into
big.
another apartment, then bought another. You're in an apartment now. She bought this apartment. The husband just came back. He got released from jail, and then now she's in the process of selling this one because it's too small. She tried, and then her son, now he's gonna graduate high school next year. So it's pretty commendable. You know, some people, you know, they would just be like, I'm done, you know. And I've watched her journey in this, all of this, and she's honest, like, bro, it's not easy. Like, you know, she's not trying to say, oh, it's easy. No, she keeps it real. And I
Yeah.
think, you know, if you're anyone who can relate, you know, if you know anyone who's been incarcerated, you've been a child of someone who's been incarcerated. I've had family members incarcerated and struggle with addiction, struggle with alcoholism, struggle with domestic violence. There's a reason why me and her, like, we're advocates, because when you've lived through stuff, you advocate for other women and other men that don't deserve to be treated badly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know?
Totally. You know, it's, you know, I ran into a bunch of people who, you know, did me dirty, basically, along with the guy in there. And I just tell the women, like, hey, be empowering. I don't know what went on in you guys' life for you to like just think it was okay, to do stupid things behind my back. But the bottom line is, I said, be empowering from this point forward, because trust me, karma got a tail that'll whip the F out of you. You know what I mean? And you don't like that, although it's coming. Because
Right.
make its full circle. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but sooner or later, I said, start doing good. All the people that I ran into who thought it was funny, I told them, I said, don't treat people who's not deserving to be treated in a horrendous way. Don't treat them bad, because karma makes its full circle. And it is what it is. But I cannot be chilling or dealing or residing with low frequency bitches, girl. I'm higher than that, and God is good. God has blessed my life tremendously. He has taught me lessons, by using people who broke my heart a lot of times, just to keep me humble and to keep me grounded. Because easy for go, oh, why work hard, I bought me this, I did that. It's not about me.
Why me?
It's
Yeah.
God did it for me. And I think that's what made me continue, makes me to continue to be as grounded as I am.
It's kind of like you say, like Job then.
Ooh, girl, with the kakils all over the body, kind of the boils and the what?
No.
Yeah.
No, because the thing is, and like I can totally relate. Like, like my sister had passed away 20 years ago unexpectedly. And then, I was like, okay, trying to recover from that. And then my dad died unexpectedly. Similar situation. My dad died in 2012. Then the year after he died, my papa died of cancer. And then there was that lull, and then the divorce. And it's like, just when you think you get them, and you're like, okay, whew, you try to put your big girl panties on. Yeah, you get whacked on, and then you're
okay,
like,
okay, I get him. Boom, again. I'm like, ho, ho, ho.
So, you learn to cry. You have the ugly cry. You feel bad. But you look at your child and you say, you know what? Like, I got to keep going, because that kid relies on me. I'm not saying you cannot have a moment. You can have choke moments.
Oh, yeah.
But you just take a moment to moment. I don't think being strong is not crying. I don't know why people assume that when you cry, it's weakness, or when you break down, it's like, you know what? Any human being has only so much mental capacity to handle pain.
Roger that.
And you can pray, you can meditate and whatnot. It's natural for you to protect your energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From assholes and from family members. And, and people who you talk with your friends, they revealed it. When you go through hard times, guys, that is the truth. Who is real and who's fake.
Oh, yeah. Who's there?
It's kind of good you go through hard times, but then you realize who's fake. Right?
And you find out you have maybe less than a handful of people. And you know what? That's where you build from. That's your core people.
Yeah.
That's going to be your people. And that's where you build. And, everybody else, they become acquaintances after that.
Yeah.
And, if they need help, you're not going to be all dicks. You got to be up in there and helping them too. The acquaintances that did you dirty. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good, Life. We just move forward. We just move forward with or without them, That's how it is.
It hurts. I don't know about you. Like, after I got divorced, had this one friendship. I knew her since I was 19 years old. And she was like, oh, I feel like you're bitter at my ex-husband. It's like, boy, the stuff that had happened to me while I was in Japan, like, any normal person would be broken.
Oh, yeah.
And I was confiding in her, like, the deep secrets, because you cannot tell everybody everything, right? So you tell certain people.
Yeah.
took that break from my friendship, the year after my dad died. And then she tried to call me and text me. I said, "Oh, I just wanted to see if you're okay." I said, "I'm sorry. This is not the time. Like, why I could talk to you about my dad dying when you abandoned me after my divorce?" Like, she was the only person I was confiding in stuff that I don't tell nobody. Because there's certain things that happen in your life you don't want everybody to know. It's personal, But when you have people who claim to be your friends, did you? Like, that hurt. I felt like I was getting divorced all over again. Because that was my friendship for like ever. I ended up crying to my ex-husband, like, "Do you feel like I'm bitter at you?" Because like I was hurting it, and it was her and him. That was my only two closest relationships at the time. And then he's like, no, he felt good because we worked through my bitterness, and and he apologized and stuff. But I didn't trust women after that.
Yeah, nah.
It's like, wow, how you gonna do that to somebody like that?
Yeah. A lot of times, and I'm not trying to like be all discriminative or whatever, but sometimes women, they feel good when you're going through something, they feel like justified, like, oh well, to treat you the way they treat you. But it's just God just separating that good bunch from the bad bunch.
Yep.
I know how it feels when you feel betrayed by a friend, when you're going, just the same like you. It feels like somebody died and you're mourning.
Yep.
And it's and you're going through not so much a depression, but just what happened, kind of deal. But
and you know what? As you get older, you can't beg nobody for being in your life. It's like, you either like be in my life or not. I could be loyal to you, but if you gonna do that kind of stuff to me, my kid is more important than me trying to win you over to me.
Yeah.
When I never judged you. When you hit your weakest point, I never judged you. But yet I'm at my weakest and you fucking abandoned me.
Yeah.
Okay, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I feel you, girl. I had a few of them in my life, especially with my first husband. Because of who he is, he's a politician now. Plenty fake friends. And like in your bio, it talked about, like, I moved to Waianae years ago when my kids were young because he was just climbing the charts back then. Yeah. And I let him have friends who gonna be friends just because of who he is. Nah, I'm good. Because if there's anybody who knows me, bro, don't step at my kid because I'm gonna sleep you. You know what I mean? Like, hands the hell down. So I moved out here and they became friends with kids who till today are their friends.
Loyal. Yeah.
Loyalty. Because you got a bunch of dummies out here too. You know what I mean? Who obviously
jealous.
Who did me dirty with whatever. But then, for the majority of this place, people are real, they're honest, they're genuine. And that's what I was looking for in my life, in my children's life. And that's the reason why I moved out here. And, when I moved out here, nobody knew me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're from Kalihi.
I'm from Kalihi. I'm a townie. I'm from, like, inner city Kalihi. So when I moved out here, but, oh, I like move over there. I go, bro.
What's sweet?
Hood. I'm from the hood, Kalihi. Like,
from the hood to the hood.
7-9 housing projects over there. Like, over here is just country living. Like, right now, while I'm talking to you, I'm looking out my window and the ocean is right there. You know what I mean? What you see in Kalihi, Kepiti. You know what I mean? You see my rights. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You gotta drive. Yeah. What I'm looking at, what I'm hearing while I'm falling asleep is the ocean. Ocean, just chill and but ice.
Frozen right now. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah,
you kind of frozen for a second there. Okay. No. Okay. So like, I think so. I worked on the Waianae Coast for almost 2.5 years for Honolulu Community Action Program. But then I worked with the youth ministry for like 4 years with the kids on the west side, from like Pearl City all the way to Mililani, all the way to Waianae Coast. And I don't know what people talk too much crap. You know, like people stereotype people like, oh, where you from? Oh, you from over there? You know, you from Waipahu? You from Waianae and stuff like that. I go, you know, to me, because my mom was originally from Waipahu. She's a Waipahu girl from Ani Ani Street.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, my mom was gangster.
That's West Side Hood right there.
No, yeah, my mom fight guys back in the day, but she act low key now. But so for me, it's like, you know, when people telling me stuff like that, like, oh, you gonna work over there, and oh, what is you? I'm from Hanamalo. Hanamalo is equal to Waipahu. Okay, so I'm from the hood in Kauai, and so when I met everybody, I was like, oh, they cool. They like me. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're like cool. The only reason why people fear is because, you know what, unless you're an honest and real legit person, and you know, respect people, you should be scared, because people who grew up in like situations that is it like that deal with alcoholism, addictions, deal with homelessness, deal with all that kind of stuff, they real people, and they're doing the best that they can to manage their stress. And maybe it's because it's mental health, but then we in Hawaii, like in anywhere, we didn't grow up to go to therapy. You know, it wasn't like, you know what, you're having a hard time, why don't you go seek a therapist? No, nobody like you go see a therapist, because the back of the parents' mind is then the truth gonna come out, because it's generational, guys. There's like generational trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And so nobody in their right mind, grandparents, great grandparents, would tell their kids, go see a therapist, go get counseling. And so what you find in a lot of places is they end up using drugs. They end up drinking, because they're numbing out. You know, I'm not saying it's right. There's no way I'm saying it's right, because I grew up around it too. But I think people need to understand that if you gonna be like that and you're gonna judge people off the bat, and you're not gonna give somebody the opportunity to get to know you, you miss out. Yep. And that's why the fact that you went from Kalihi to Waianae, I met people in Waianae, and I have good friends from Waianae and the Nanakuli. They are so loving. They're people from townside that is fake. So, you know, I don't think people should ever assume the worst of people based upon where they live. That's just me.
Yeah, you said it, that you hit it on the nose, girl. You know, it's people who are judgmental, who don't know, they haven't been through that, you know, automatic, oh wow, you know, that's, if you see my oldest boy get green eyes, and he hapa hauli looking, my oldest boy, and he was raised out here in Waianae, and you know, he stood out in a crowd, you know, he really did with his damn eyes, you know, and first, so now out in the world, when he's working, you know, people ask him, oh, where you from? From Waianae, you know, because, you know, my bobo, he speak good English.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm from the west side of Oahu. I'm from Waianae. From Waianae? And he was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, west side.
Yes, I am, you know, like, you know, and he wears it proudly. And he's like, you know, a lot of people have bad things to say about where I'm from. Yeah. I only have good things. So, you know, and I'm one of them, you know, him being real flamboyant, like, and I'm one of them. A lot of things.
You know, I wish you guys could meet her boys. I love them. I knew them from when they're in elementary. And then, can you do Taj?
Oh, Taj. Taj is like Waianae, Nanakuli, Mahuda. It's like Mary.
Mary. That's all Taj is, guys.
Yeah, so we get two different. Oh, hold on, yeah. Rudy, get them door. So we have two different types of, you know, muffies in my house. You know, so they're, you know, good kids, you know.
Yeah, no, she loves all her three boys, and they're all different. They have their own vibe, their own style, and let's just say they're confident.
Yeah, they are. Crazy kids.
But anyways, I had a good time with you. I wish I could talk to you forever. But can you tell, like, you know, can you just share with people, like, just something that, if anything, you could give advice to other people, you know, like, what would you say? Because both of us, we both grew up being exposed to difficult situations. We both grew up rich in love, because I know your dad and your mom raised you right.
Oh yeah.
But we grew up around poverty, and
Yes,
we grew up around people who struggle with addiction, incarcerated.
Oh yeah.
People who struggle with alcoholism, and we've seen plenty stuff.
Yeah, we did.
You know, and we both got divorced, and we both can relate. We understand what it is to have integrity and not, and we understand being single moms. What would your advice be to someone who's like, who can relate to us and they feel like, bro, I cannot right now? Like, what would your advice be?
The word that you used is integrity, and just really believing in yourself. Des, you know what I mean? Like having integrity in everything you do in every situation, you know, and not let what happened around you in life, whatever you saw or maybe what you used to growing up, be what defines you. You know, be yourself, make right choices, make right decisions, but don't let bad decisions of other people in what they have done either to you or to themselves, because, you know, for the most part, you know, you love these people. Don't let that all define you. You know, you be you. You just continue to strive for the best in your life and just drop them positive affirmations, because before you know it, the universe gonna throw 'em right back at you, and everything gonna be all G, girl. So that's my advice.
It works out. It works out. You don't see it. Sometimes you can't see the end of the tunnel, but it works out. You just go little at a time.
Yeah, step by step, day by day.
What is the best way for people to follow you?
They can Instagram? My Mei's Biz.
Okay.
And then
is there any business that you're doing right now that you wanted them to know about, like any specials that, you know what I mean? Because I know you do your barber, and then right now you're doing doTERRA.
I do doTERRA. Inbox me, add me and inbox me, because my IG, my Mei's Biz IG is public.
Okay.
And excuse me. Inbox me and I can give you the information.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, and you know, maybe you guys never like ask her on the live, just message her. She's real humble. She's cool. She'll answer you.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love you. I
gotta come out there
to
visit
Oahu.
Girl.
I gotta have a reunion with you and your sisters. I never see you guys in a long time. You know, we're gonna just laugh.
I know. But before you know it, gonna be like 3 hours. We'll be like, oh girl, look, we gotta go home. Nah. You know.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, May. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Sister.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.